Hey guys, Drifter here, welcome to Black Ops 3 In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the MR6 pistol, which I gotta admit I ended up liking much more than I thought I would, and despite the other pistols being much easier to use, this is a worthy pistol if you're okay with it being semi-automatic. Let's start off with the important facts first, and that is the damage. It'll deal 40 damage up close, decrease down to 29 at medium range, and deal 22 damage at very long distances, giving it the highest in-class damage for pistols. What this means for you is that it will kill in between 3 and 5 shots depending on your range, but it's usually going to be 3 shots. I'm going to say the vast majority of the time it's going to be a 3-shot kill. However, if you're kind of far away, it might be 4 shots, almost never 5. Very, very rarely is it a 5-shot kill because the 3-shot kill range is a very impressive 19 meters. That's the 3-shot kill range on some of the assault rifles in this game, or the 4-shot kill range of some of the submachine guns, and the 4-shot kill range on this weapon is 38 meters, which is like Shiva range. I mean, it's very, very impressive range for a pistol, and it'll perform very well. However, you may have some difficulty hitting people at those ranges because the auto aim and the sticky aim will not be effective at those ranges whatsoever. You'll have to do it with regular console aiming, no auto aim whatsoever. Headshot multiplier is 1.1x. That makes it useless at all ranges. At no range will getting a headshot cause you to kill people faster. Close range is still 3 shots to kill, medium range is still 4 shots to kill, and long range is still 5 shots to kill, regardless of if you're getting headshots or not. So even though I do sometimes go for headshots, they are useless, and getting camos is just going to be difficult. So I'm going to pretty much tell you to only go for headshots if you want the camos. That's the only reason to do it whatsoever on the MR6. Rate of fire is 600 rounds per minute, semi-auto. A little bit on the slow side, but a lot of the semi-auto weapons have been capped. I mean, you can oversample this, but it's not too bad. It's not too slow. It's very workable. And realistically, most people fire semi-automatic weapons slower than the fire cap anyway, so not too many of you should have issues with it. Time to kill depends almost entirely on your skill, though it's overall somewhat slow. The time to kill on the MR6 is realistically overall slower than most of the other pistols at most ranges. It does have this sort of niche in the medium to close range, like not ultra close because that's dominated by the RK5, and not medium range because that's the Elgato, but this like medium close where it has the best time to kill. But it's mostly going to depend on your trigger finger and your ability to aim. If you have a good trigger finger and you can aim well, the time to kill is pretty good. If not, it's going to be pretty garbage. Magazine size is 20 and extended mags is 28, which is very impressive for a pistol. Very rarely do I burn through my entire magazine when fighting somebody because I'm using it like a primary here for in-depth. Realistically, this should not be used as a primary weapon and only a fallback weapon, so you're almost never going to need extended mags or fast mags because it reloads pretty quickly. It has excellent iron sights. I really like the iron sights on this pistol. It reminds me strongly of the good old USP from COD 4. Very easy to use, very easy to acquire targets, doesn't kick up too much, not a problem. I had no issues with it whatsoever, and I don't think that many of you will have issues either. The recoil is very low and it's very consistent. It consistently only has a little bit of vertical recoil, and it's very, very easy for you to deal with. I doubt that any of you will have recoil issues with this weapon whatsoever. The MR6 also has good hipfire spread. Previously, I would have said this is the exact same as all the other pistols in the game. However, after the recent buffs and nerfs, the MR6 is going to be superior when it comes to hipfire spread, so do keep that in mind. Totally acceptable to hipfire with it. I don't think it needs a laser, but you can run a laser sight if you want to. Aim down sights time is 100 milliseconds, average for the class, but very fast overall. It should make sense that a pistol can ADS very quickly, so that should not be surprising. Reload time is 1.5 seconds, which is average for the class, and considering the fact that you shouldn't be engaging too many multiple targets or reloading that often or emptying your entire magazine too often, this isn't going to apply to very many of you. Unfortunately, one of the downsides of the weapon, other than the semi-automatic nature, is that it has a very low wall penetration factor, lowest in the game, which makes it very hard to wallbang with. You are almost never going to be able to kill people through walls with the MR6, so just keep that in mind when using it. Wallbangs are bad for your health. As for what I think about this weapon, I ended up liking this pistol a lot more than I thought I would. From the beta, I loved the Elgato 9. I loved the RK5. And from the alpha that I played where the MR6 was a 2-shot kill, I really liked it there, but it kind of fell out of favor for me when they bumped it up to a 3-shot kill. I didn't feel that it performed as well as the other pistols. However, in using it for in-depth, I ended up rather liking it, and it doesn't perform poorly, though I must admit it is outclassed by the Elgato and kind of by the RK5, but it's by no means bad. Like, I think it's the fact the Elgato 9 and the RK5 are just awesome secondary weapons. They're just like god-tier weapons. They're really, really amazing, and the MR6 is just regular good, though I will say I have seen professional players using the MR6. No joke, pros have been breaking out the MR6 and playing with it. I've seen pros use all 3 of these weapons, so I don't want you to poo-poo on this weapon. I don't want you to think it's bad or terrible, and I do use this as a sidearm on one of my standard sniper classes, so do keep that in mind. As for how it's best used, I feel it's best with absolutely nothing at all. Just the pistol, just the base stock pistol is very, very good and very effective. However, if you're going to be running a silent sniper rifle or a stealth class, I think it's okay to run a silencer. It's pretty okay with a silencer as well, and that's how I would recommend you using it. Guys, that is all for this in-depth episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous video was on the SVG 100, and the next one's going to be on the RK5. Drifter out.